Welcome back, dear chefs and chocolate lovers. Day one of the competition of the World Chocolate Masters is in full swing. And for those who are just tuning in, this year's edition, organized by Cacao Barry, is designed to interact, deliver and influence about Futuropolis. So what will be the future of chocolate pâtisserie, for example? Think about new exciting tastes. Think about, why not chefs who are growing their own ingredients in little farms, and why not edible food packaging? So that is what it is all about this year's edition. And the first group of 10 finalists are battling it out right now in their kitchen and are working on their first assignment, and that is a chocolate travel cake. Well, next to me is sitting le meilleur ouvrier de France pâtisserie, someone with 3 shops, one in Biarritz, Bayonne and Anglet. And of course, very important, he was a former coach also from the winner of the previous edition, and that was Vincent Vallée. C'était donc bien vous, le coach. So tell me, dear Thierry Bamas, when we talk about a chocolate travel cake, what is it all about?
En fait, ce qu'on attend d'un gâteau de voyage aujourd'hui, c'est de quelque chose d'un petit peu plus, on va dire, sexy. Hein. C'est-à-dire que jusqu'à présent, le gâteau de voyage, c'était quelque chose d'assez lourd, d'assez, on va dire, un peu triste visuellement. Aujourd'hui, on l'a recustomisé avec des textures beaucoup plus légères, des garnitures beaucoup plus goûteuses. Et on va dire qu'aujourd'hui, le gâteau de voyage s'approprie vraiment bien dans le paysage des consommateurs en général, des jeunes comme des plus anciens.
So it's something also we see with young people, and it has to be something light, something smooth, and also nice in presentation. Alors, qu'est-ce qui va être le plus important? Seront les ingrédients ou vraiment le côté visuel, ce que nous allons voir ou...
En fait, c'est un tout. C'est-à-dire qu'aujourd'hui, le visuel permet effectivement de véhiculer un petit peu les goûts, les couleurs, les arômes, les textures. Et bien entendu la forme surtout, puisque un gâteau de voyage au départ c'est quelque chose qui doit se transporter facilement, se manger à toute heure de la journée et surtout avoir la capacité à se conserver facilement. Donc on va dire que la forme doit s'approprier à ce rôle-là, bien entendu, et les goûts, on va dire qu'ils doivent être beaucoup plus francs et beaucoup plus soyeux.
Well, so it's something with texture and taste, for example, but very important, ladies and gentlemen, is that the chocolate travel cake needs to be traveling. So stay tuned, because in a few moments the first cakes are coming and will be presented in front of the jury as our first finalists are working on the cake. Let's have a look at what they have been doing up until now.
Candidates, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go!
I'm back here with Barry, and we're looking at the travel cake. We're on the last minutes of the travel cake at the moment, and Barry is putting his intricate cake together here. So we've seen some amazing moulds in this competition. Everybody has gone up, above and beyond, and they've all designed their own moulds. So they're really different shapes and different sizes. It's going to be really interesting to see in a minute when we see them all. So this one is a hexagon shape, and Barry's made it all gluten-free, I think. So there's lots of hazelnut flavours and pralines, pistachio, crunchy elements. And this hexagon theme he's carrying through the whole of his competition.
Wow, thank you, Julie. Alors,
You can go.
Thierry, qu'est-ce que vous en pensez? Un hexagone, quelque chose facile à emporter, probablement, côté texture, parce que vous allez rester parmi nous
Oui.
pour déguster.
Bah, écoutez, on voit une forme quand même assez bien réfléchie, bien pensée. C'est quand même très technique ce qu'il est en train de réaliser là, parce qu'on part quand même d'une forme hexagonale, effectivement, avec des biscuits qui sont déjà pré-détaillés, et on voit bien que dès qu'il va le former, là, comme ça, il obtient sa forme définitive. Il y a quand même derrière beaucoup de travail de réflexion quand même.
So really a well-thought chocolate travel cake. What do you think about the taste we will have in a few moments? Que pensez-vous de... Qu'est-ce que nous allons déguster dans quelques instants?
Ben, moi, ce que j'aimerais trouver dans un gâteau de voyage, d'abord, effectivement, des textures de biscuits souples, mais en même temps, on va dire, assez fondantes. Ça, c'est ce qui me reste d'un gâteau de voyage, quelque chose qui est assez fondant et des goûts, on va dire, voilà, assez francs, quoi, très très important. Là, on demande quand même un gâteau au chocolat, donc le chocolat doit dominer, mais derrière un peu d'originalité à travers, certainement, soit un confit, soit un caramel, quelque chose qui va venir apporter de la gourmandise. Le gâteau de voyage, c'est vraiment le dessert que l'on va manger à un moment de la journée où on a une pulsion et on a envie à ce moment-là de se faire plaisir. Donc c'est vrai que on va dire le praliné, le croustillant, le caramel, la ganache, tout ça, on a envie de le retrouver à l'intérieur de ce gâteau de voyage pour que ça, voilà, à ce moment-là, c'est vraiment le moment de plaisir par excellence.
Honnêtement, Thierry, je pourrais manger ça tout au long de la journée. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what Mark has in store for us.
Contain my excitement here. I'm next to Tor, our Viking chocolatier. He's now putting finishing touches to the first travel cake, all in gold. An extraordinary combination of ingredients, clearly some delicious chocolate, but also we're using whey and marigold. I cannot wait to hear what the judges are going to say, because this is clearly going to be something very new. That's what they're expecting. They want new, they want something different. As you can say, and you can see, I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to see more. I can't wait to see how it'll open up, because also I believe that when we will see it being cut, we're going to have a beautiful visual as well. Simple, but really elegant. So Virginie, you are going to be just mesmerized, I can assure you. This competition is hot, hot, hot. Over to you.
Well, indeed, hotter than ever. And what a craftsmanship, of course. Within a few moments, ladies and gentlemen, the first contestant, Jingjing Liao from China, will represent her chocolate travel cake. But very important, a huge, huge assignment, as it counts for 15% of total score. But of course, no competition, no World Chocolate Masters without a jury. So please give it up for our esteemed jury members. Well, Julie, a very exciting moment for China. Lin Lingjia, how is he doing?
I'm here with Ying Ying, and she's just finishing off her travel cakes and just getting them ready to take to the jury.
The wrapped one.
So they're just organising who takes who. But the cakes are looking finished, and there's some beautiful packaging there. So while we're waiting just for the final countdown, Jingjing is just working on her showpiece. One. Right, Jingjing, please could you take your cakes to the jury? And if you'd like to make your way over to Mark, he's waiting for you. So here Jingjing comes with the first travel cake. Good luck.
From Jingjing from China is arriving now to the jury. Well done. Come along. Would like to present your cake. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, please admire. Jingjing. Could you cut your cake in half, please? And separate open. Thank you. Could you put it onto the turntable? Onto the table. That's fine. It'll go automatically. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our candidate from China, Jingjing. Jingjing, what is it that we should be expecting from this travel cake?
大家应该对这个蛋糕有什么期待呢？
是我要说故事吗？
对呀、你讲、介绍你的蛋糕。
哦，社会和谐有赖于人与自然。那么，无限的无限的掠夺大自然和资源枯竭。sorry， 我可以重新来吗？
可以啊。
Sorry.
Okay, she's going to start again.
No worries, that's fine.
We will start again.
Sorry. 蛋糕的纹理设计是以轨道为主。那么希望我们是在未来城市这个前提下，那么我们以节约不好意思啊，我可以念吗？
So the design of the cake's pattern is inspired by the rail, and we hope to.
这款巧克力蛋糕以旅行为概念，展示给人们方便携带，在旅途中享用。选用64%的黑巧克力和果仁制作柔软的巧克力蛋糕。那享受时呢，因为我们是在旅行的过程当中，享受时呢，我们不会觉得太厚重。那么这个时候我们并不能喝咖啡，或者说好好的休息。那么我们在这个过程当中呢，我们是享受这一块旅程蛋糕的。那以上。
The cake is designed to be easy to carry around and to consume during the travels, and the packaging is made with biodegradable materials. So even when we can't have drinks, coffees during the travel, we can still have the travel cake to replenish our energy. And it's made of 64% dark chocolate, almonds, and pistachio, and which gives it a nice texture and a moist texture, not too heavy nor sweet.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Jingjing. Now, Virginie, I believe you're going to be tasting some of this extraordinary creation. I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Well, we're going to taste them all, but we'll start with the first one from China. So, Thierry, I hope you're ready. It should be something easy to carry on with different layers. Et si j'ai bien compris, pas mal de pistaches dans cette première que nous allons pouvoir goûter dans quelques instants. Qu'est-ce que vous en pensez?
Pas mal de pistaches. Oui, bah écoutez, c'est comme tout, il faut goûter, il faut voir un petit peu la manière dont les produits ont été mis en valeur. Ce qui est important, c'est l'équilibre. Pas oublier que d'abord c'est gâteau au chocolat. Bien entendu, on va l'agrémenter d'autres parfums, de textures. On a besoin de trouver un équilibre sur les textures, sur les goûts, de manière à ce que le message passe vraiment. Et le message doit être fort, puisqu'il y a quand même beaucoup de candidats. Ces gâteaux vont être dégustés assez rapidement. Et je dois dire que sur une dégustation, si le message n'est pas assez fort, malheureusement, on va le zapper rapidement. Voilà.
Elle a travaillé avec pas mal du chocolat noir aussi, si j'ai bien compris, juste pour garder cet équilibre, pour pas aller trop lourd naturellement. Un gâteau qui donne un peu d'énergie, donc je suis vraiment...
Oui, alors on voit qu'il y a beaucoup de fruits secs à l'intérieur. Alors effectivement, elle a travaillé le chocolat noir, mais parce que c'est vrai, quand on demande un gâteau au chocolat, on a toujours envie de se lancer sur le chocolat noir. Et le chocolat noir pistache, généralement, ça se marie très bien.
Oui.
Hein. Donc on va voir si
un bon mariage entre
ça fonctionne.
Les deux. Donc voilà, je crois que dans quelques instants, nous sommes prêts. Pourquoi ou comment est-ce que vous voyez le futur, en fait, dans les gâteaux?
En fait, le futur, je le vois, on va dire, dans la lancée de ce que l'on voit aujourd'hui. C'est-à-dire des produits de plus en plus élégants, des gâteaux que l'on va pouvoir consommer pas simplement à l'heure du goûter ou le matin, mais même au moment du repas, parce qu'on va les alléger de plus en plus. Et je pense que ça va surtout énormément évoluer avec, on va dire, les modes de consommation. Voilà.
Et là, voilà
Là, on peut voir.
les membres du jury déjà en train de goûter. Our jury members who are tasting
Merci.
this first cake already. Alors, côté visuel, qu'est-ce que cela vous dit? What do you think about what we see?
Alors là, ce qu'on peut voir, c'est qu'on a effectivement 3 biscuits différents, hein, puisqu'on a un biscuit ici, chocolat, on va dire un peu mi-cuit, style un petit peu peut-être brownie, je ne sais pas trop. Ici, on a un autre biscuit qui est un peu plus tassé, mais avec un peu plus de fruits secs. Et puis là, on a un autre biscuit, donc je ne sais pas trop ce que ça peut être. Il y a un gros travail, hein, bien entendu. Ce qui est important de voir maintenant, c'est si effectivement, d'abord ce gâteau arrive à se déguster dans sa globalité, dans son ensemble, s'il répond aux exigences d'un gâteau de voyage, c'est-à-dire un gâteau qui peut effectivement voyager, parce qu'on peut faire aujourd'hui des gâteaux de voyage avec des textures très très fondantes, mais qui ne pourraient pas se déplacer. Donc ça, on est hors sujet. Là, on doit quand même garder cette notion de gâteau qui se conserve et qui voyage. Voilà. Donc là, on y est, quoi, hein. On est dans le sujet. Maintenant, ce qu'il faut voir, c'est si les goûts sont présents.
Donc voilà, je crois que nous allons pouvoir
On va attendre la
le
cuillère.
déguster. Voilà la cuillère. Je voulais demander si on les mange
La
avec
fourchette,
les mains.
voilà.
Voilà, la fourchette, merci bien.
Merci.
Alors, pour cette dégustation,
Alors, normalement, on devrait le prendre de haut en bas, hein, puisque c'est comme ça que ça se déguste. Voilà, donc
il faut essayer de manger tout en une fois, c'est ça.
ouais, il faudrait.
Avec
Et là-
noisettes.
C'est compliqué. Alors là, il y a des noix, noix de pécan certainement. Biscuits aux épices. Non.
Bien fruité aussi.
Oui, il y a de l'acidité qui est amenée par un agrume. Je dirais qu'aujourd'hui, effectivement, dans la texture, on est sur un gâteau de voyage. On pourrait, on va dire, avoir quelque chose de plus encore, de plus soyeux, plus fondant. Voilà, plus, à travers une garniture plus, un peu plus moelleuse. Voilà. Mais ceci dit, on répond aux critères. Après, voilà, il faut.
Pour vous, un peu trop fruité, trop sucré
Non, alors en fait, le fruité, il est là. Simplement, je trouve qu'il y a une note du sucre, quand même, un sucre assez présent. Donc, qui, moi, me gêne un petit peu. Le liant du gâteau qui malheureusement ne se maintient pas, quoi, hein, parce qu'ici, on est sur une texture quand même assez on va dire, souple, et donc qui ne lie pas les trois biscuits. Voilà. Moi, j'aurais aimé avoir
The protection should be more
Ouais.
glued together. You
J'aurais-
should be eating the cake.
Ouais, j'aurais aimé avoir un goût de chocolat plus prononcé. Là, en fait, on a un biscuit chocolat, mais ce qui nous manque, c'est le goût chocolat, en fait. Voilà, ce goût qui est surtout, on va dire, amené par une couverture de chocolat, par une ganache, par un intérieur qui pourrait effectivement amener non seulement du moelleux, mais en même temps nous allonger le goût et les saveurs chocolat. Voilà. Oui, je pense que là, on va être sur du citron ou du... On va être sur du citron.
Ok, donc pas vraiment convaincu, mais quand même un superbe gâteau de voyage.
Très
hein,
beau
on peut
gâteau,
le dire.
effectivement. Non, très beau gâteau, mais bon, c'est vrai qu'aujourd'hui, les gâteaux ont tellement évolué en termes de gâteaux de voyage que, voilà, je pense qu'il y a encore mieux à faire.
Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you see, it was a difficult assignment, the chocolate travel cake. So, after China, we're going to have a look at Spain and Ivan Pascual.
Hi, I'm here with Ivan Pascal, and his travel cake is looking beautiful. We've got some really great shapes and colours going on here, and he's carrying it again on through his whole theme. So we can see he's used a transfer around the edge of his cake, and then he's also got that in his beautiful packaging. And he's looking very calm and collected here, ready to go. Okay.
Viva España, everyone. Welcome, Ivan, with his travel cake. Clearly some support from Spain have come along here. Would you like to put your travel cake here? Thank you very much. A beautiful concept, very different and original. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, could I have your eyes onto the wonderful creation? And I'll ask you now also to cut your cake in half. See? And then to put it onto the turntable. Cuts it like a matador, isn't he? Very Spanish. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the travel cake from Ivan from Spain. Ivan, what is the inspiration for your travel cake?
Mi inspiración para este travel cake es el chocolate Tanzania, del cual mezclamos Tanzania con cereza de nuestra tierra y cerveza que está lupulada.
So the inspiration comes from chocolate coming from Tanzania, and a special variety of cherry coming from his region, and also beer hops.
So what a fantastic and new different combination. Thank you very much for the introduction to your travel cake. We will let now the jury taste it. Congratulations. We'll let you get back to your work. Thank you very much. Virginie, you're going to have something absolutely delicious to taste right now. Enjoy it.
Thierry, qu'est-ce que vous en pensez? Tout d'abord, le look et feel.
Alors, visuellement, c'est vrai que c'est très élégant, il n'y a pas à dire, il y a aussi beaucoup de travail, la forme très intéressante. Alors, après, ce qui est toujours délicat dans ce genre de travail-là, c'est ça, vous voyez. Voilà.
De devoir couper
voilà.
Et de... Voilà.
En fait, comme je dis toujours, le décor, pour le décor, n'a pas d'intérêt dans un gâteau. Tout doit venir d'un seul. Et ça ne doit pas se détacher comme ça. Voilà. Pour moi, c'est ce qui m'importe. De plus, ça fragilise le gâteau et c'est un peu dommage. Quoi. Voilà, quoi. La forme est très intéressante, bien entendu, à condition d'adapter un emballage spécifique pour ce genre de gâteau-là, puisque la forme n'est pas évidente, hein, bien entendu. Elle doit être appropriée à cette forme-là pour qu'elle puisse se maintenir et qu'on puisse le couper. On a bien vu quand même la difficulté que de couper un certain gâteau. Ça fait partie aussi des critères importants puisque un gâteau, ça se partage. Donc il faut penser que lorsqu'on le découpe, on puisse le découper sans difficulté, du début à la fin, avec un équilibre gustatif. Et ça, c'est très important. Voilà.
So think about the structure of the cake because it needs to be cut and, of course, as you mentioned already, you have food package that should have a particular form. In this case, so what about flavors when you taste it?
Alors, là, ce qui est gênant, on va dire, c'est que vous avez une garniture qui est au centre, mais qu'on ne retrouve pas là. C'est-à-dire que si on ne va pas là, on n'a pas l'équilibre que l'on souhaite. C'est-à-dire qu'il y a dû avoir au départ un message à faire passer par le candidat qui était d'associer le fruit et le biscuit.
Donc il faut vraiment aller chercher le fruit.
Donc ce qui veut dire que toute cette partie-là, elle n'existe pas. Oui. On commence à déguster le gâteau à partir de là. Et ça, c'est dommage. Autre chose aussi, c'est que, en fait, on n'est pas sur un goût chocolat. On est sur un biscuit chocolat, bien entendu, mais on n'a pas le goût chocolat qu'on aimerait retrouver. Et ça, c'est un peu dommage. Parce que c'est quand même le sujet. C'est le sujet.
And it counts for 15% of total scores, so it should be more one piece and not only fruit separated from chocolate. And according to Thierry, we are missing a little bit of chocolate, but also you must know, Thierry, that a lot of contestants are working on their chocolate showpiece in meanwhile. And if I'm not mistaken, Mark is standing next to a marvelous showpiece.
And you're absolutely right, Virginie. Here I am with Jingjing Liao from China. She has got a beautiful sculpted cocoa pod that is beautifully colored. She sculpted a smiling lady with the beautiful hair, and also there's like a hat with flowers. She is demonstrating masterpieces to its ultimate. Beautifully done, very ornate, something we would expect, of course, from any of our candidates. But here the concentration is mesmerizing. She's using the length, because this year we've changed the criteria that we can use a lot more length rather than height, and she's using that to her advantage. She's celebrating chocolate, she's celebrating cocoa, she's celebrating the future. It's absolutely beautiful, and we wish her the very best of luck. We'll just see her sort of putting the finishing touches and the spikes and the flowers to this particular piece.
Well, as you can see, dear chocolate lovers, our contestants are working simultaneously on two assignments: the chocolate travel cake and, of course, also the chocolate masterpiece called the Futuropolitan. So, Julie, how is Elias from Switzerland doing?
Elias is doing brilliantly. His travel cakes are all organised, so while he's waiting for his time to come and present to you, he's working on his showpiece. And his showpiece is absolutely beautiful. There's some really fine artwork gone into it. So he's done a lot of airbrushing, and he's now putting together this really tall piece, which is going to be quite difficult to move, I think. I'm sure he's got it all planned. Okay, we've got a few seconds yet. We're not ready to go. We're just waiting for the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elias, you're now ready to present your cake. So if you'd like to take one over to Mark and present to the jury.
Elias from Switzerland, who's presenting his travel cake. Just to see. And then we'll ask you to cut it in half.
I'll get the knife.
You'll get the knife, indeed. You could cut it in half, open it, and then so that we can all see the inside. Thank you. And if you'd like to put it then onto the turntable. There we go. So Elias, what was the inspiration for this travel cake?
Well, from a visible point of view, it is the first time that I use this Voronoi pattern that is around. That's one element I'm going to use, you'll see in all of my creations. It is for me a very architectural pattern, you know, very designy, architectural. It's really catch my eye when I saw it the first time, and then I found it in nature all over again. For example, in the giraffe, you know, the pattern of the giraffe, the pattern of the insects, you know, if you go close, or the veins of a leaf. And so it's for me really a symbol of perfect symbiosis between nature and architecture.
Fantastic. Well, they're clearly great inspirations. How about the flavors? What should we be expecting in terms of flavors?
For me, this cake, I really tried to put in what I believe will be the future of chocolate gastronomy. And that will be recipes that are simple, easy to understand for the customer, but really tasty. Yeah. So I have a chocolate sponge in between with a very high amount of nuts, over 20% nuts, so very healthy. Almonds are superfood as well. And then I have a citric caramel core in the middle. And around I used Zephyr caramel chocolate to get the link to the caramel core in the middle. Yeah.
So this travel cake has been thought through greatly. Our jury are going to taste it. Virginie and Thierry are going to taste it and share their comments as well. Congratulations, well done. You can breathe a little bit. Fantastic job. Thank you very much, Elias. Ladies and gentlemen, Elias from Switzerland.
Well, Thierry, je suis très curieuse à voir. Elias l'a un peu expliqué comme quelque chose de simple, avec des ingrédients simples, facile à comprendre pour la consommation. Qu'est-ce que vous en pensez ?
Bah écoutez, alors la forme toujours pareil, est très intéressante. Hein. Encore une fois de plus, on est sur une forme cylindrique. On va voir que je pense qu'il va y en avoir beaucoup cette fois-ci. Et avec un insert au milieu, donc ça suscite un intérêt bien entendu, parce qu'on a envie d'aller chercher ce qu'il y a au milieu. Il faut espérer qu'on ne retombe pas dans la même configuration que tout à l'heure. Pas oublier quand même le côté très chocolat qui est important quand même dans cette approche du gâteau de voyage. Et voir un petit peu, on peut voir qu'à la coupe, effectivement, la partie extérieure a tendance à se déliter aussi un petit peu. Voilà, il faut goûter le tout pour voir si ça fonctionne bien, si on est vraiment sur des notes chocolatées, quoi. Voilà.
Elias vient d'expliquer que le centre, la plainte caramel, il y a un rapport avec le contour, donc normalement...
On devrait y être.
On devrait y être, avoir cet équilibre, donc dans quelques instants. Alors... Nous allons regarder entre-temps Marc qui est tout près d'une pièce montée. Mark, you're with Australia, right?
I am with Australia. Here we have the representative from Down Under, Daria, who's putting some finishing touches to her beautifully sculpted showpiece. Here we have clearly literally a symbiosis of natural shapes as well as structured, very modern shapes as well. So clearly inspired by a beautifully modern country, Australia. which she's clearly adopted and absolutely adores. We're going to let her crack on with things because at the end of the day, this is something that is extremely important. But what I think we will see out of the sculpture is about renewable energies. It's about how nature works with modern life, modernity, and the city life. And this is exactly what the spec is asking. And I think we've really got to applaud the efforts that are coming through. And I think what she's coming with is a lot of ideas that will probably also be inspired by the Aboriginals in Australia. If I could quickly interrupt you, Daria. What's the inspiration? Have I guessed it right?
That's correct, yeah. My inspiration was biomimicry, which is very widely used in architecture. So I wanted to show the connection between nature and urbanistic culture. So it's kind of a forest, but in an architectural way. So how would architects would see a forest?
Fantastic. It looks beautiful. I think we really got the texture of what you wanted. It's plain, simple, beautiful, like balance of colors as well. I think you've created something marvelous and spectacular, and I'm sure that the judges are going to see this and they're going to really give you the points for it. I'm absolutely in awe, being a chocolatier myself, to see how these guys are working so hard and developing. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, back to Virginie, so we can see a little bit more what's going on with the travel cakes.
Well, thank you, Mark, and I must say I'm really looking forward to seeing the final results. Thierry, and now we are still on this travel cake from... I know your remark, I know what you're going to say. You missed chocolate, eh? It's a great caramel flavor.
Yes.
Thierry, c'est ça, hein? Il vous manque un peu de chocolat?
En fait, on en revient au même problème que tout à l'heure, c'est-à-dire que le biscuit est cuit en moule. Donc on a un biscuit qui est cuit en moule qui a tendance à être assez sec. Pourquoi? Parce que quand vous cuisez un biscuit comme ça dans un moule assez petit, ben, effectivement la surface de cuisson va pénétrer beaucoup plus et donc forcément on va perdre du moelleux. L'insert au milieu apporte effectivement un petit peu de fondant de moelleux, mais il ne nous apporte pas la note chocolatée qu'on en attend. Voilà.
Mais quand même, hein, moi j'adore.
Il est très bon. Il est très bon.
Thierry, passons au Danemark, because Julie, you are turning to Denmark. So how's the chocolate travel cake over there?
The chocolate travel cake, it's not even looking like a cake. It looks absolutely beautiful. So Tor, you're jumping up and down and you're ready to take it, aren't you? Yeah, we've got to wait a minute though. We've got to give a couple of seconds. You can have a cup of tea. You see what I mean? So,
that's it? We're
going to wait for another couple of seconds. You can carry on. Okay, we're nearly on the countdown tool. You're pushing it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you'd like to take your cake now over to Mark and present to the judges, they're waiting for you.
Hey!
There's a knife there.
There's a knife over there?
Yeah, there's a knife.
Oh, fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our Viking chocolatier from Denmark, Tor. He's come here to mesmerize us with some very Scandinavian artistry and chocolatier, something very different. We spoke to him earlier on. Let's have a look and see what Tor, right here, if you could put it on the table here. Thank you very much, Tor. And then we'll give you a knife to cut it in half. And then if you'd like to open it open, and then put it onto the turntable.
Got it?
Please do it in half. Beautiful, crisp cut. And if you'd like to put one piece onto the turntable, thank you very much. So remind us, Tor, what was the inspiration for your travel cake?
The inspiration has been things that I could grow myself. So the inspiration from this is marigold. I've named it marigold, which is this like little fantastic herb that I back in Copenhagen grow in my urban garden. Then surrounding that is a chocolate sponge cake made on Jerusalem artichokes and cocoa fibers. So basically this is fibers and vegetables, so it's healthy. If you eat a piece, you'll lose weight.
Well, I'm going to have to eat big pieces then, aren't I? Fantastic tour. Thank you very much. A beautiful creation. I'm sure that our jury here are going to taste it and relish in it. And I know also that Virginie and Thierry behind us are going to enjoy this particular piece of work. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Wow, Thierry, a healthy one. I'm looking forward to. What do you think about the package we see now for the moment?
On voit là aussi quand même le gros travail qui a été fait sur le packaging quand même. Et ça veut tout dire quand on voit ce packaging-là, on comprend mieux aujourd'hui la vocation du gâteau de voyage, quoi, qui est de s'offrir à n'importe quel moment. C'est un produit quand même qui devient quand même beaucoup plus luxueux, plus glamour, plus beaucoup plus élégant que ce qu'on a pu connaître. Il y a un gros travail quand même là aussi sur ce gâteau et sur l'emballage. Avec le logo Cacao Barry, est-ce que vous croyez que nous allons retrouver un gâteau de quelqu'un expérimenté qui participe? Je pense, oui, parce que je crois que c'est pas la première fois qu'on le voit ici, et on sent déjà dans son approche que il a tenu compte des expériences passées, parce que déjà là vous voyez dans la conception du gâteau il y a plus de réflexion, puisqu'on voit les différentes étapes, l'intérêt qu'il a voulu donner au chocolat, avec des notes certainement ici d'agrumes. On va goûter, on va voir. So different layers, working also with nuts again, something we have been seeing in a lot of cakes. But very beautiful look. Bergamote. Thor has been working with herbs. Herbs he is growing himself in Denmark. Is it something you think the jury will appreciate? Déjà, on a des textures quand même qui sont beaucoup plus souples, plus fondantes, avec comment dire ça, une dégustation qui se fait par étapes. On sent bien quand même que derrière il y a eu une vraie réflexion. Après, moi je reste toujours sur mon côté, j'aime bien que je me répète toujours, mais j'attends le goût chocolat quand même. Vous attendez le chocolat? Eh bien, en parlant de chocolat, nous allons voir la pièce montée. Si je ne me trompe pas, Marc a repéré quelqu'un. Let's have a look, Mark. Which showpiece are you standing next to?
Well, do you know, Virginie, I'm here next to Ivan from Spain, who has an extraordinary piece, and it is beautiful, and it almost, to me, looks like there's the air, there's the sea, there's the land. Wow, there's a lot to take in. So, Ivan, what's the inspiration for you?
Mi inspiración es la combinación entre la naturaleza y las ciudades del futuro más tecnológicas. Una de las inspiraciones fundamentales es nuestro gran maestro Antonio Gaudí.
Okay, so his inspiration is based on nature and also on technology. The buildings based on technology. And another source of inspiration comes from a local artist and worldwide known, Antonio Gaudí.
Well, I think the Gaudi, we definitely see this. It's absolutely mesmerizing. Virginie, do you know, this is something to inspire. It's something to make us look forward into the future. Clearly, Ivan has done it. Amazing. Thank you very much for the insight. Thank you very much.
Well, I think we're ready for the future now, a future full of chocolate. And Julie, talking about chocolates, give us an update.
So we're over here and we're just with France, and they're just finishing, and Johann's working on his showpiece at the moment, just in the last minutes before he does his travel cake. Again, Mark was saying about using the whole showpiece base, and this base has definitely been used. You can see some beautiful colours going on here. The reds and the greens are really striking. It's beautiful. Okay, we're getting ready to take the cake. You're ready? We're just waiting for the time. And your packaging is beautiful. Yeah. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, if you'd just like to take one of your cakes over to Mark and present it to the jury and tell them all about your creation. It's coming to you, Mark.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome France, Yann Laval. He's got very big shoes to fill because our current winner at the moment is from France himself, but here, this is all about Johan himself. We're going to continue in French. Johan, félicitations. Pourrais-tu nous décrire un petit peu ton gâteau de voyage?
This is street roll. C'est un gâteau roulé avec un biscuit chocolat noir avec l'Alto El Sol Pérou bio. Ensuite, à l'intérieur, il y a une ganache chocolat noir Alto El Sol. Et puis, au milieu, un cylindre de croustillant praliné et noisettes. Et le tout, il est assaisonné à la ganache, sur le dessus de la ganache, juste avant de rouler, avec du poivre de cassis.
Waouh! C'est quelque chose de très de beaucoup d'inspiration, quelque chose de moderne, futuriste. Je t'invite donc de couper ton gâteau en deux et de le diviser pour le présenter au jury. Super. Voudrais-tu maintenant le poser sur la table, sur le présentoir? Merci. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your candidate from France, Johan Laval, who has created a beautiful piece with Alto El Sol chocolate, hazelnuts, and some new ingredients that for you to taste and be inspired from. Félicitations, Johan.
Merci.
Virginie, you are going to taste something absolutely extraordinary here. So I can't wait to hear the comments that you and Thierry have.
Avec une bonne équipe choc derrière lui. Alors, première impression, Thierry?
Alors, c'est intéressant comme gâteau. Alors là aussi, on est sur une forme assez cylindrique. Mais là, ce qui est intéressant, c'est qu'on n'a pas utilisé de moule. Donc c'est un travail qu'on a l'habitude de voir dans les classiques de la pâtisserie française, c'est les gâteaux roulés. Les gâteaux roulés, on en a mangé pendant notre enfance.
Ah, donc il n'y a pas de moule?
Il n'y a pas de moule, là. Donc en fait, ce qui est intéressant, c'est qu'on revient sur des codes d'avant, retravaillés de manière, on va dire, beaucoup plus futuriste et plus avant-gardiste. Et ça, c'est très intéressant. Donc on a un petit rappel du passé et on est sur un gâteau beaucoup plus moderne aujourd'hui, recustomisé.
Moi, je suis prête. Hein.
Allez, on y va.
Des ingrédients secrets, c'est ça?
Ce que vous pouvez sentir, c'est je ne sais pas si vous sentez un petit peu le côté cassis qu'on retrouve un petit peu. C'est le poivre de cassis. En fait, c'est un bourgeon de cassis qui est desséché, qui est pulvérisé comme poudre dessus modérément, et qui a un côté très floral en fait, et qui amène un intérêt à ce gâteau.
Alors,
là, ce qui est intéressant, c'est qu'effectivement, on a de la mâche, on a du fondant, on a un côté chocolat quand même qui est assez présent.
Et au milieu?
Et au milieu, ce croustillant en noisette là qui vient un petit peu, on va dire, apporter ce petit attrait supplémentaire de cette note de croustillant et cette noisette qui vient se marier parfaitement au chocolat. Moi, je pense que c'est ce qu'on attend déjà d'un gâteau dans ce genre de concours. C'est qu'il se coupe facilement, c'est qu'il se déguste facilement et qu'il soit chocolat.
Et on n'a même pas encore parlé du packaging. Entre-temps, Thierry, je crois qu'il est important d'aller voir la pièce montée de la Suisse. Mark, you're standing at Switzerland and this great showpiece, so show us.
Absolutely, Virginie. This is a beautiful, very elegant, extremely sculptural piece made by Elias. We're looking at technology, we're looking at shapes, looking at humanity, we're looking at jigsaw puzzles, we're looking at tracks. we're looking at something extremely contemporary. I'm not going to talk to Elias, he's in full concentration, we really don't want to interrupt him here, but we're looking at precision. He was just positioning this enormous, great big, I'd say sort of this oblong or egg shape, a ring that was there with a spirit level. It's to that level of detail because he understands the importance of balance, the importance that it has to be moved in order to get to the stand itself. But Elias, how happy are you?
Well, if it stands at the end, I will be happy.
Good man. Thank you very much. If I'll ask our cameraman also to come round just to see the detail that we've got from this side here, because these are the little points that are really quite intricate. We've got the technology that we can see, we've got some texture that we can see, it's very chocolatey. This shape, but there's also something that is very inviting. So clearly a lot of art, a lot of inspirations, as Elias said, that he's been to museums, he's been looking at nature, and he had suggested that we should find this particular shape in all of his creations for this competition. Virginie, this is inspirational, and good God, there's so much more to see.
Great, great, great. We have nothing more to say about these fantastic showpieces and the work we are witnessing. So Julie, Poland is next, right?
Yep, I'm here with Mikhail on the Polish stand, and his travel cakes are ready as well. Everybody's doing really well with the timings. So we're just waiting. We don't need to take them just yet. Okay, so he's going to come over now. Mark, he's coming to you now.
Right, here we go. Poland is coming, ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury. Here's Mikhail from Poland. No, can you fucking put it here? Beautiful. We'll just leave it for now. Let's have a look at it and take it in, be inspired. Just wait 1 second, please, so we could take some more pictures. So we've got something here. Just look at a beautiful piece of work. Just wait. Try to cut it in half, please. Oh, I can hear crunch here. Oh, lovely. And then also we need to be able to put the cake onto the turntable, please. Yes, please. Congratulations, Mikhail.
Thank you.
Tell us your inspiration for this beautiful cake.
Okay. Jeśli chodzi o ciastko, jak sama nazwa mówi, travel, chodzi o podróżowanie, zrobiłem ciastko, które jest jak świat, dookoła, okrągłe i jesteśmy w stanie to zabrać wszędzie.
So the shape is inspired by travel, so he wanted to connect it with the shape of the earth, so it's round and you can take it everywhere. Yeah.
Any particular ingredients that we should be expecting to mesmerize our jury?
Jeśli chodzi o połączenia smakowe, to mamy ciastko kasztanowe z białą czekoladą, do tego tarta czekoladowa z chrupką warstwą z karmelem na czekoladzie karmelowej.
So we have one of the secret ingredients. It's the chestnut flour connected with white chocolate and some caramel crunch.
Do tego mamy galaretkę pâte de fruits z yuzu, marakują i wanilią.
Okay, pâte de fruit with yuzu, passion fruit and vanilla.
Konfiturę z mojego ulubionego owocu, którym jest brusznica. Daje ona fajny, cierpki smak, zarazem jest słodka i daje aromaty leśne.
And his secret ingredient, which is a cowberry with slightly astringent taste and some sour notes.
Well, this is fantastic. Very complex, lots of wonderful ingredients, very new. Hopefully this will tantalize the judges and the jury here. Mikhail, congratulations. Thank you very much. We'll let the jury taste all of this. And of course, Virginie, Thierry, I can't wait to hear your feedback. This sounds like something very mesmerizing.
Alors Thierry.
Alors là, ce qui est intéressant, c'est qu'on est sur plusieurs textures. Donc, vous avez un biscuit et puis une pâte sucrée ou sablée chocolat.
Et un peu amer, j'ai eu, si j'ai bien compris.
Voilà. En fait, ce qui me gêne un peu là, c'est ce qu'on dit, c'est que où est le chocolat?
Il nous manque vraiment le chocolat, hein, comme il s'agit d'un...
Je trouve un peu dommage de ne pas avoir tenu compte de ce paramètre-là. Certains, il y a du travail, bien entendu, mais voilà. La pâte sucrée dessous
No, but that tastes a lot of crunch.
a du mal à se couper. En fait, l'erreur d'un gâteau comme ça, c'est qu'en fait, il a l'apparence d'un gâteau de voyage, mais il n'a pas la conceptualisation d'un gâteau de voyage, quoi. Voilà. La pâte sucrée.
So, yeah, it's not easy to be at the World Chocolate Masters, but luckily for Tor, it's the second time, and we are having a lot of other showpieces to show. So what's up next?
Here we are with Tor, our Viking chocolatier, who is putting together the final touches to his masterpiece, his showpiece. They're not final touches, they're still touches, but this is just mesmerizing because we're looking at nature in a very cylindrical shape. Tor, any words you'd like to say here?
Yeah, I'm having great fun.
Excellent, that's what we want to see. That's what chocolate is all about. Let's just take some sort of shots on this beautiful piece of work.
Great images, of course, of Tor Stube, but the World Chocolate Master is a very stressful period for our contestants. UK, how are you doing? Everything okay?
Everything's okay over here. Barry's got 2 minutes left, and we're just seeing the finishing touches. He's just cutting the ends off the cake so that you get a nice, fresh slice of cake. And we can see some beautiful inside there, very intricate. And he's got a marzipan around the edge, which he's just put a pattern onto. And now he's just putting his little chocolate discs onto the side. And that's it, ready to go in the packaging. So again, Barry's taking this hexagon shape all the way through his showpiece as well. So you'll see that again a bit later. It's the last one to be cut. 1 minute left. Go on, Barry, you can do it. We need the English team to start cheering, come on. That's a bit better. Give him some encouragement. That was your sister. Okay, brilliant. 30 seconds. And there he is, ready to go, which is very good. Yeah. Yeah, so this is just the last seconds before he presents to the jury. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Barry, if you'd like to make your way over to Mark, he's waiting for you, so you can present to the jury. Well done.
Members of the jury, welcome Barry Johnson from the United Kingdom with his travel cake. Here we go. A beautiful piece. Barry, would you like to take the knife, cut it in half and split it open for us so we can see the inside? and then put that on the turntable. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Barry, the inspiration for your travel cake, please.
Thank you, Mark. So for my travel cake, I wanted to do something reflecting some British origin. So for the cake, it's inspired by a Battenberg cake. So a Battenberg cake's from the 16th century. It was layers of pink and white sponge, traditionally wrapped in marzipan. So this is a very modern interpretation. I've used lots of Britishly grown ingredients, and also use ingredients that are sustainable. So in the lightly green coloured sponge, you have hydroponically grown coriander cress. This is something that can grow anywhere. With hydroponics nowadays, we can grow lots of different herbs, fruits and vegetables, and I think that's a lot of the future of what we're doing. You then have a really nice, rich, intense chocolate cake as well. Some gianduja plaques inside the cake, and they're flavoured also with some British quinoa. So quinoa is normally a savoury ingredient, but I've puffed it, I've caramelised it, and then added that in with the gianduja. You've got some chocolate plaques on the end. Being a travel cake, the box is just coming around now. The box is all made from recycled coffee cups. So obviously, what do you have with a piece of cake? You have a cup of coffee normally. So I thought that was quite a nice link to the two. So the packaging is completely recycled, recyclable, and compostable. In the end of the box, you will see there's a little section with the chocolate plaques. So when you have your cake, it's designed to go on a journey to be travelled with. So you take your slice, you have a nice little chocolate plaque with it, and then you put a plaque on the end, helps it keep nice and moist, and then when you get to your next destination, the cake's not dried out and it's ready for the rest of your guests to enjoy.
Thank you very much, Barry. And also tell me, I heard that this was actually gluten-free as well, is that correct? So you're conscious of allergies as well?
Yeah, so definitely conscious of allergies. I think everybody is these days. It's definitely the future. So working with gluten-free, for me, was a kind of natural thing to do.
Congratulations, Barry. This has been fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, from our United Kingdom, Barry Johnson. Thank you very much.
Thierry, première impression?
Alors déjà, moi, je suis assez bluffé par le travail qui a été réalisé par ce candidat-là pour arriver à une coupe pareille quand même, parce que, comme je vous l'ai dit tout à l'heure, il y a quand même un beau travail de réflexion et tout ça en briques comme ça, c'est assez intéressant.
En fait, cette pièce en chocolat, c'est le couvercle pour pouvoir continuer à manger.
D'accord, c'est très bon.
So you like the taste? What do you think about the herbs that are being used? Les herbes qui sont dans ce gâteau?
Bon, c'est chocolat, c'est gourmand.
C'est bon.
C'est bon, exactement.
Well, as you can hear, this chocolate travel cake is really good tasting, and we're going to France because there is he also, Joan, working on his showpiece.
You're absolutely right, Virginie. Here we are with Johan Laval, who is now putting some final touches to his piece. I'm not going to interrupt him because I think the way in which he's structured and he's working is extraordinary. I'd like to point out some of the details because he's almost looking at the issues of the past, i.e. what we're looking here is concrete that is made of chocolate and wires and metal, and then the serenity of what will be the future. Beautifully put together. He's telling a story through his work of art. And we'll see with the camera work that actually these copper wires that we have right here, you will find are actually made of chocolate. And this is absolutely extraordinary. Just in front of my hand, you'll see there. So the detail level is really going up a notch or two, or actually say 10 or 20. Beautifully done, thought through. And you'll see how fluid it is. He's looking at nature, but he's also looking at modernity, looking at sort of rigid lines, but also smooth lines. An inspiration. I'll just let you guys just enjoy this beautiful piece of work and this gentleman here putting it all together.
Well, the competition of this first assignment is in full swing, so time's almost up for Singapore, isn't it, Julie?
Yes, it is. I'm here with Desmond, and he's ready to go. He's got all his travel cakes, very organised. So we're going to start 2, 1, and off you go to Mark.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next candidate from Singapore, Desmond Lee. A round of applause, Desmond. Come here. Please put your cake here on the table. And then we'll ask you to cut it in half and separate it, please. And then if you'd like to put that then on the turntable. Desmond, the inspiration behind your cake, please.
It's a future design that my inspiration from this movie that Black Panther. The design is very modern, so I'm doing the jelly with the chocolate together to have a design. It's outlook is a ganache with the jelly, orange jelly.
All right, so we have a ganache and an orange jelly to surround the cake.
So
what's inside the cake?
So inside is a chocolate pound cake with a very strong coffee flavor, and with a layer with orange marmalade.
So we have orange and coffee layers inside the cake, so very fresh and tangy.
Yes. So.
Are you happy with what you have created?
Yes, I'm happy.
I can see that on your smile. Congratulations, Desmond. We'll let the jury enjoy this wonderful creation of yours, and I'm sure Virginie, you can't wait to get your teeth into this.
Alors, Thierry,
Oui.
we clearly see different layers. Ganache, what do you think? Let's try it, let's taste it.
Alors déjà, il y a un beau travail de finition, hein, où on voit que le décor est complètement intégré dans la dégustation. Ça me plaît beaucoup parce qu'on sait qu'on va aller jusqu'au bout de la dégustation. Et puis on va goûter.
So it's one piece which you like, that you can eat it as a whole. What do you think about the texture inside? Is it moelleux enough for you? Is it?
En fait, je suis un peu déçu parce qu'en fait, cet insert qui aurait dû amener plus d'acidité, plus de fraîcheur, n'est pas vraiment au rendez-vous. Et le biscuit est un peu, pour moi, un peu trop compact, contrairement à ce qu'on a tout tout à l'heure. Voilà. Donc du coup, on est sur le côté chocolaté, mais c'est un gâteau qui aurait mérité d'avoir une texture plus moelleuse et un insert plus, on va dire, plus fruité, plus acidulé, qui viennent effectivement réveiller le goût du chocolat, quoi. Hein, là, ça joue pas son rôle, hein, je trouve, moi.
So a little bit disappointed about the texture inside, which should have been a little bit more, not really spicy, but maybe freshness is the right word to describe it. What do you think the jury will think about this one?
Je pense que, ouais, voilà, donc à mon avis, c'est un gâteau qui risque de poser un problème sur le plan, on va dire, de la texture, quoi. Voilà. On a une texture un peu gélifiée ici, et là un biscuit quand même qui est assez...
Well, we'll know the results of this chocolate cake tonight, but from now we're going over to Mark, who's standing next to the showpiece of Poland.
That's right, Virginie. Here I am with Michael now. You know, this piece is absolutely mesmerizing. I mean, just look at this. We've got complexity, we've got modernity, we've got nature, and Michael is working desperately hard to make sure to secure the chest, this beautiful torso of this, what looks like a half bionic and half natural woman, would I say, or person that is reaching out to the sky. So is this person reaching out for inspiration, reaching out to plead the world for a more structured, a more natural, but with a little bit of modernity? So we're looking at a lot of complexities here. I'll let you guys just soak this all in and also see how Michael is working and making sure that his piece is perfectly put together.
I'm certain.
Your partner.
Your citron.
I feel the same. Chocolate and lemon base. Chocolate base.
Yes, chocolate glaze, alcohol with shine.
Yes.
And have.
Well, dear chocolate lovers, it's all about the future. So, Julie, how do they see the future in Japan?
The future in Japan is looking very bright and rosy. Akihiro's here, he's all ready to go. And I can see all his crowd have got their flags out, ready to cheer him on. So he's posed. We're just waiting 1 second. Okay, are you ready? Okay, you can make your way over to Mark and you can talk to the jury.
Ladies and gentlemen from the jury, Japan, Akio is coming over with his beautiful gâteau de voyage travel cake. If you could put it here, and then the knife, we will cut it in half, please. And then open. Perfect. And if you could put your cake onto the turntable. Ladies and gentlemen, Japan. Akio, well done. Can you tell us a little bit more about the inspiration or the flavors of your cake, please?
Celery, ananas, yuzu, soybeans paste.
So cherries, yuzu, and soybean paste.
Right.
So an inspiration from Japan?
Japan, oui.
Right.
Oui.
And what are the textures we're looking for?
これはわからない。これはまあソフトな感じで。
Soft textures. So ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're looking for fruit, but we're also looking for soft textures. Akio, congratulations. Thank you very much. We shall enjoy the cake. And Virginie, you have a Japanese inspiration to taste now.
Donc, Thierry, so tell me, do you like what you see?
Là, on est sur une forme déjà différente de ce qu'on a pu voir, avec encore une interprétation du gâteau de voyage plus proche de l'entremets, c'est-à-dire du gâteau habituel.
Is this for you really a cake? Because you say this is a different shape, different form?
Oui, alors la forme est toujours intéressante parce qu'elle permet effectivement de bien véhiculer la dégustation. Donc ça, c'est très intéressant. Je pense qu'elle doit bien se prêter à la dégustation.
So this is a good shape for
on a l'air d'être sur des belles
tasting.
textures.
Well, it looks great. I taste freshness, herbs. What about the chocolate?
Alors on est sur un gâteau très frais avec le côté fruité qui l'emporte quand même sur le côté chocolaté, mais qui est très intéressant parce que effectivement il désucre et désalourdit ce gâteau qui pourrait être un petit peu trop compact. La texture du biscuit est un peu, moi je trouve un peu ferme quand même, manque un petit peu de moelleux et de fondant. Par contre l'association est parfaite, quoi. C'est très bon.
So great pairing between the cake, the chocolate, the fruitiness, the herbs, but it could have been a little softer, more moelleux inside.
Tout à fait.
For the moment, is he in your top 5, Japan?
C'est-à-dire s'il est dans les 5, oui. Très intéressant comme gâteau. Franchement, il y a aussi un gros travail de réflexion par rapport à la texture, à la découpe. Il y a ce côté effectivement très intéressant du coulant de cet entremets. C'est pas des choses habituelles dans un gâteau de voyage quand même.
Non.
On voit à quel point on va loin aujourd'hui dans les gâteaux de voyage.
Mais donc, une lourde tâche à accomplir pour le jury.
Oui, tout à fait.
On connaîtra les résultats ce soir. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that Barry from UK did very well with the chocolate travel cake, but what about his showpiece?
Well, Virginie, Barry's in full swing here, putting together a beautiful piece. You'll be able to see he's got a crowd of supporters here which have come all the way from the United Kingdom, which is great. But also what we can see, and I'll just make some comments, I'm going to let him completely be in concentration. He's in that zone. We've all been there, and I'm not going to get him out of that zone, and I don't want to. But what we're looking at is hexagonal shapes, we're looking at colours that are very earthy, we're looking at a mechanical, but also we're looking at technology. But what would probably be inspired here, because of the hexagons, I'm guessing we're looking at honey, we're looking at bees, we're looking at the inspiration of nature. Beautiful, it's not over ostentatious, it's natural. You know, Barry is delivering something really quite large, really quite big, beautifully done, looking at the future, looking at the past, looking at nature. It's looking at everything basically, and inspired by nature and clearly from some amazing works that are from around the world. So I'll let you just take in what he's making and enjoy also the details, please, on this extraordinary robot that I have to say is pure chocolate. Pure chocolate, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Julie, you're standing next to the last chocolate travel cake, Group 1. Tell us, what is Austria preparing for us?
Okay, yes, I'm here with Daria, and we've got the final travel cake, and it's looking very good. So we're all calm and collected here, Daria, aren't we, and waiting to go. So we've got the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Daria, off you go. Take your cake to the jury. Mark's waiting for you over there. And we need some cheers, come on. Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, Daria from Australia. From Australia, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Daria. If you'd like to put your cake here on the table, so we can mesmerize it. If you'd like to cut it in half, please. And then we'll separate them, and then we'll put them onto the turntable, please. Yeah, if you'd like to put it onto the turntable so we can see it inside. That's important. Well done, Daria. Congratulations. I know that there have been a few technical challenges, that you've overcome them. Tell us, describe us your amazing creation.
I wanted to use pistachio as one of the main ingredients besides chocolate, obviously. And I want because the pistachio is pretty heavy as a flavor usually, so I wanted to cool it down with some citrus flavor. So I used in my cake I used citrus jelly, which is made of mandarin, yuzu, and pink grapefruit. And I also used beeswax glaze to glaze my cake, which doesn't contain any cream or chocolate. I thought it would be very much in line with the Futuropolis theme. And this beeswax glaze is infused with pink grapefruit zest and also bee pollen.
Wow, this is complex, but clearly very fruity, very fresh. Is this what you wanted the jury to get?
Yes, exactly.
Are you happy with the result?
Almost.
That's the typical chef answer. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this Daria from Australia with a beautifully different but gorgeous travel cake. Thank you very much, Daria.
Well, Thierry.
Oui.
Go ahead. What do you think? I see you're thinking a lot for the moment now, just by having a look at this.
Alors, on va dire que ce qui était au premier abord m'a un petit peu interpellé, c'est qu'on est sur du chocolat blanc, on n'est pas sur du chocolat noir, donc la note chocolat, je ne sais pas si on va la trouver vraiment, et il y a quand même un déséquilibre qui a l'air probant entre le biscuit et la ganache. On va goûter, mais ça risque d'être très sucré.
Bon, si j'ai bien compris, elle a eu quelques problèmes techniques ce matin.
Ouais. Donc on a un biscuit quand même qui a l'air très ferme.
Donc ça vous plaît?
Écoutez, on va dire que le gâteau en lui-même, pas inintéressant, simplement c'est vrai que là au niveau des textures, c'est pas tout à fait abouti, quoi. Donc on est sur quelque chose qui est très froid en plus.
Very cold one.
C'est pas le principe d'un gâteau de voyage, je crois. Voilà.
Okay.
Et très sucré.
Well, thank you very much, Thierry. I think that was it for Group 1, the chocolate travel cakes, Group 1. But please stay tuned, because after a short 5-minute break, we'll be back. And then we'll be back with the chocolate showpieces coming right off the kitchen. So don't forget the conversations to follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. But more important, stay tuned. After a while, we will have our showpieces. And there we have to mention that your votes are really important. Because as from later on, 9 p.m. CET, you, ladies and gentlemen, dear audience, you can vote for your favorite showpiece, and more important, it will count for the public award of the World Chocolate Masters 2018. So don't forget to bring out your votes on your favorite showpiece, but that's for within 5 minutes. See you later. Bye.
So the great thing of World Chocolate Masters is that you compete against all these amazing fellow international pastry chefs, and yet you become friends in the end.
In 2010 and in 2012, I signed up for the World Chocolate Masters in Mexico, which I won, and I competed in the 2011 World Edition in Paris. That was a fantastic experience. I would do it again.
chiamo Andrea Incertivezzani.
Olivier Bazar. Julien Ancelet.
Goujon. Sono originario di Reggio Emilia.
For 100 years, KitchenAid has been inspired by makers. The explorers, the creators. You're the reason we innovate and create possibility. So keep making, and we'll keep making history together.